Hello, good morning. Welcome to the circus. Just kidding. But if you are a twin flame, welcome to the ride. I am Sarah and I'm your intuitive guide, and this is Divine Truth Tarot. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Have a look around. We'll have a few laughs. We'll do some readings and we'll check into the energy that's circulating right now in this big, vast, giant universe that we're all a part of. Starseeds, light workers, twin flames, incarnated angels. We're going to have a little chit chat because I like to pre-record my videos and then make them live. So we're going to do a little chitty chat, chitty chatter. I have a very quirky sense of humor, so you'll pick up on that quickly. Either you'll love it or you won't. No big deal. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And what else can I say? I'm starting to work on the October readings today. So those of you who booked for the first 2 weeks of October, I'll be working on those today, just so you know, very diligently. And what else? What else can we say? Guys, the energy is shifting quite rapidly, okay? As the energy is shifting, what's happening is there's a lot of confusion going on, okay? Now, we are in the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. Mercury is a diva, okay? Mercury is also the ruler of Gemini, the sign of the twins. So let's think about that for a minute. We have Mercury retrograde 4 times a year. We have her or him retrograde 3 weeks, but there's a shadow period for 2 weeks, and then there's a shadow period before, a shadow period after. We're in the shadow period. Mercury turns retro October 13th for 3 weeks. That means we'll be in Mercury retrograde through the full moon, the very rare full moon on Halloween, okay, and the second full moon of the month. That's a powerful statement that is happening astrologically. There's a powerful conversation happening astrologically. Saturn has turned direct. So Saturn is the ruler of karma. So what you will see is karmic cycles that were sort of on hold to close out are now going to be officially closing out the last 2.5 months here, 3 months of the year. Let's not fast forward time, Sarah. So 3 months of the year, it's only, the 5th of October. And so we're going to see a lot of closing out of those cycles that readers like myself and others have been talking about for months and months. Okay, so this Mercury retrograde is going to be affecting twins in different ways. But Mercury rules and affects communication, technology, travel. And so when we have, what happens, okay, let me just say this. What's happening is many are feeling their counterpart getting closer. And then as Mercury retrograde happens, all of a sudden it's like you don't feel them anymore in the 5D. You thought they were going to come through, or maybe you were communicating in the physical and then they pulled back. So I'm seeing a lot of that happening. There's still fear being worked out with the masculines, okay? There's still karma being closed out with the masculines. There's still this sense of I'm not good enough, like I'm not good enough for this journey. I'm not good enough for this person. I'm not good enough to, be on this mission. I'm not good enough for him or her. So they're still working out a lot of that good enoughness wound or not enoughness wound. And they still are working out abandonment and rejection wounds, which means if you were the one who walked away, they likely feel as though you abandoned them, even though that's not true, even though that is not exactly what happened. That's what the masculines are feeling. Okay, so just understand that the way things are happening, the way things are playing out is not exactly necessarily going to be how your ego wants it right now. And we're just going to have to accept that. You're going to have to tell your ego to simmer down. If your ego is at a 10, you're going to need to bring him or her down to a 2 to survive. So let's find out what's going on. I've got the secret language of light cards. I've got the light seers deck. And I've got the notes from the universe. We're going to start with the notes from the universe. So we'll clear these guys. Okay, that one, 7 of Wands, interesting. We'll come back to that. Okay, let us, why do I have these in the back? That doesn't make any sense. These are supposed to be here along with our mascot for the channel, Serafina Aurora. She wants to be right there. Okay, let me know how you guys are doing. Have a chat with each other. Give the video a like, a share, a subscribe. And if you want to know when the videos are live, I usually pre-record them. I don't do a lot of live videos I might in the future. But if you'd like to know when those are premiering, go ahead and tap the bell to get all notifications. You guys know the drill. Yada, yada, yada. Ooh, what you give will come back. Okay. What you give will come back. So we're talking a little bit about the Two of Pentacles energy, giving and receiving. When in doubt, give, let them have it. Surrender, make peace. When there's no doubt, give, let them have it. Surrender, make peace. Did I make life too easy? The universe. P.S. There's no doubt who's number one in my book. Shh. It's you, obviously. It's you. You and you and you and you. Everyone watching. So what you give will come back. I feel like this is a message from the feminine to the masculine saying... Masculine hasn't necessarily been giving a lot in the 3D or hasn't been able to give a lot in the 3D. So I feel like this is a message from the feminine saying, if you could just open your heart, if you could just open up a little bit, you know, to this connection to me again, and trust, you know, that I won't abandon or hurt you, then the feminine is saying, this is going to come back to you tenfold. The masculine's sort of in this closed off energy right now where they're afraid. There's a fear of, it's not a fear of abandonment. It's that fear of, if I open up to that person, will they hurt me again? And yet the masculine knows deep down that there were wounds to clear out. There are wounds to heal that have nothing at all to do with the feminine. It has to do with them. Just like there are wounds the feminines had to work out that have nothing at all to do with the masculine. That actually... we just become mirrors, you know, divine mirrors for each other. So it can appear as though your counterpart is actually abandoning you or rejecting you, but actually it's just you abandoning or rejecting yourself. And your counterpart comes in to show you all the ways in which you're not loving yourself, all the ways in which you're abandoning yourself or rejecting yourself. But it's much easier to point the finger and blame. And everyone does it. Okay. So let's get a message from the feminine to the masculine. You have what it takes. Or this is supposed to be masculine to feminine. Okay, well, I said feminine to masculine again, so my bad. This is going to be the feminine to the masculine again. You have what it takes. So feminine giving the masculine some encouragement. Always follow your heart unless it's been broken. Then you must lead it back into love. P.S. Did you know that hearts are never too big to mend, too small to rebound, or too tired to love again? This is definitely a message from the feminine to the masculine. She's saying, she's giving him encouragement, or he's giving, okay, I'm using she or he, and I just want to clarify this for any new subscribers. This is just energy. It's just easier than saying she, he, she all the time. So by no means am I trying to leave anyone out if you're a male divine feminine or a female divine masculine. In fact, as I've stated, I have a lot of divine masculine energy within me. So just understand that I'm just using them as energies. Okay, so the masculine is definitely feeling... the masculine's going to feel this from the feminine, and the feminine is encouraging the masculine, keep on going, you know, keep on going. What you give, like, go ahead, open your heart. It's safe to open your heart, you know, open your mind, open your heart to this connection, because things are going to, you're going to be able to manifest what, you know, that which you desire. And feminine saying, I know you have what it takes. I know we can do this. Don't doubt yourself, masculine. So what does the masculine say back to the feminine? You are adored. Aww. Oh, wow. Masculine, you are adored, and what would love do? Look at the colors here. You are adored. Don't be fooled by the players, and don't be fooled by yourself. There's no one more lovable nor loved than you, and I know everyone. Okay, now these are notes from the universe, but we're using them as notes from the counterpart. So the divine masculine, your divine masculine is saying, I adore you. You are absolutely adored. There's no one like you. There's no one that even comes close. So this is a message in particular for those feminines who are feeling like their masculine's forgotten them, who are feeling like maybe you're doing some comparing, where you're comparing yourself to other feminines, not other divine feminines per se, but other women or men. Maybe feeling like you have been forgotten and feeling like your masculine has moved on, especially if there's a karmic relationship or situationship. Let's call it a situationship. in the picture. This is just your masculine wanting you to know that he's asking you also, what would love do in this situation, right? I adore you, but what would love do? So your masculine, the feminine says to the masculine, you have what it takes. And the masculine saying back to the feminine, I want you to ask yourself, what would love do in this situation? Because a lot of feminines have been angry or purging anger or purging blame, towards the masculine. It says, do you know why it's easy for us? It's so easy for us in the unseen, right? This would be in the ethereal realm, to quickly pinpoint your whereabouts. You leave behind footprints of love. So what would love do? So can you leave behind footprints of love? Can you, even if your masculine isn't able to give it this time, ask yourself, what would love do in this situation? That place of unconditional love. So I mentioned, I don't know why that's doing that. The Virgo in me. Perfection. I mentioned that I had reached out to my masculine, and it was 2 weeks or more. And he replied. And I was actually shocked and confused at the reply, because I had kind of forgotten that I had written the message. And so when it came through, I was like, what is he saying thank you for? And what was interesting about the impact of those words is that I could feel the warmth behind them. And I could feel that he meant it, that he was thankful for the message, that he was thankful that I hadn't forgotten, that he was thankful that I was holding space. And so sometimes with the masculines, they just don't say a lot. This is sort of a common theme with the masculines. They're sort of, they have a lot of pent up emotions, and, they sort of close off their hearts, or they attempt to close off their hearts, especially to the feminine, because he or she evokes so much emotion in them. So the masculines won't always say the right thing because they can't find their words. And I feel like, especially with this Mercury retrograde, there's so much, like I could tell he was holding back, because I've had massive jaw, ear pain, and tooth pain for weeks now. And it's sort of like the jaw pain sort of went away after I got the message a little bit, but now it's back, and now I have ear pain and sinus issues and like both of my ears, congestion. And I know that it's connected to him not fully speaking the truth. So my point in saying this is that was his way of saying, I love you, I adore you, I miss you, but he just couldn't say those words. I think it was very challenging for him just to say those two words. And what would love do, to me, this is the energy of, with the thank you, of like, how am I going to, if I do choose to respond to that, which there wasn't really an open door, if I do choose to respond to that, what do I say? There's a lot of things I could say from a place of anger, from a place of blame, from a place of frustration, but that's not love talking. So what would that do? So if I do respond, and this goes to all of you who are in a similar situation, try to respond through the eyes of love. Like, what would love do? And then ask yourself, and allow yourself to be sort of possessed by love. Allow yourself to channel that unconditional love and just see what comes in. Pen to paper. Pen to paper is just much more powerful and potent, creates much more potential for making an impact than writing something on your phone. So take pen to paper and see what comes out, and ask yourself, ask your guides, what would love do? What would love do? What would love say? How would love act? How would love approach the situation? Wow. So the messages for the twins, guys, things are about to get juicy. I can't make this up. Okay, so things are about to get juicy. A little heads up on an addiction that affects all really old souls. Giving love eventually becomes an even greater need than receiving love. See, you're not strange. Yeah, things are about to get juicy within these connections, okay? You're adored, and your masculine saying, what would love do? And the feminine says, you have what it takes, and you don't be afraid to open up. And also for the union energy, says most people are just trying to survive. Just remember, most people are so beguiled by your charm, awed by your confidence, and inspired by your choices, they simply forget to say thank you. Wow. That's not a coincidence that I just talked about thank you. So thank you, my divine masculine, for coming through just now in this message. They forget to say thank you, please, and I love you like crazy. So okay, this is a message from the masculines again. They're saying thank you. They're saying please wait, please be patient, please understand, and I love you like crazy. as often as they feel the urge. Let's not be one of those people. Thank you, please. I love you like crazy. This is similar to the Ho'oponopono prayer. Please forgive me. Wait, I love you. Thank you. Wait. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. So that reminds me of the Ho'oponopono Hawaiian forgiveness prayer. It's a little similar. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Things are about to get juicy, and your masculine sending love, your masculine saying thank you, and your masculine saying please. The masculines are realizing that they're no longer just trying to survive. The masculines are now in a place of, they're out of that survival mode, and now in their place, they're in the position of realizing that they want to thrive in this life. Realizing that they want to succeed, that they want to soar. Okay, I just got from my guides, I just got the word soar. They want to soar with the feminine. They want to soar to greater heights, and they know they can't do that with a karmic partner. They know they can't do that if they're shutting the feminine out, because the feminine represents the divine feminine within them. You know, it's so much deeper than just the physical person. You know, the divine feminine, divine masculine, they represent that energy within us. So when the masculine, you know, when it's like the feminine saying, when you shut me out, you're really shutting out yourself. And I think the masculines are really starting to get a grip on that and starting to understand that. Oh, wow. I wasn't ready for that. King of Cups. This is a contemplative, emotionally available, emotionally attached, not detached, emotionally attached, kind, very loving energy that's coming through here. This is a masculine who's in touch with his higher self, who's in touch with his guides. This has been coming through very strongly. If this is the first video you're watching of mine, please go back over the past week or so, or 2 weeks, and watch, because what you'll see, you'll notice the theme is that the masculines are, well, it's not that they're waking up, they're awake, but more so than that, they're tapping into their spirituality, they're tapping into their power, they're tapping into what it is that makes them who they are. They realize they're gifted. They realize they're special. They realize that they can hear things and see things and feel things that other people can't. And it's separating them from people and the players and their 3D life. Okay, so understand this is happening in a very real way for the masculines, and it's got them shook. It's got them shook. It's got them confused. It's got some of them scared and running for the hills. But you can only run from yourself for so long. And this is coming from someone who ran from herself for about 2 decades. The masculines, and oh God, I can feel the fear when I said that. What do you mean 2 decades? I'm attached to the time. She said 20 years. What the fuck? I did not say that's how long it's going to take the masculines. I said that was my experience. Now, that being said, the feminines had longer to wake up, because the masculines were very much asleep for all that time. The feminines had longer to wake up. That's just the way it plays out in this dynamic with the twin flames. The masculines are waking up very rapidly. Okay, things are shifting. It's out of their control. The universe, with the feminines waking up, we had a longer time to wake up. Because the universe wasn't necessarily, the wheels weren't set in motion for things like they are in 2020. Okay, there's so much to say about that, but I would get banned from YouTube. And you guys know, you guys, if you don't know, now you know. So you know. Okay, there's so much to say, but you understand what's happening in the world around us, the changes, okay, the fear, the isolation, all of this, the pandemic, all of this. There's a deeper meaning to all of this. And so the time is ripe for the masculines to wake up. Okay, the feminines just were allowed to slumber a little bit longer, and now the masculines, it's like, wait, bam, 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 lesson, tower. And I love to snap, by the way. I do it when I dance, so dorky. If you guys are lucky, when I'm in the mountains this month, I was going to say next month, later this month, for that full moon with my 2 divine feminine friends, we'll do a dance video. We'll do a dance off, and I will post it just for the hell of it. Just so we can all, maybe it'll be our live video and we can all dance, just so you can get a kick out of it and see my goofy side, because there's a lot of seriousness. That's why I try to break up my readings with some humor, because this is we can't take this seriously all the time. We would just walk around like zombies, heartbroken, and wanting off this planet. We have to infuse this journey with some humor. We have to infuse this journey with some lightheartedness. My guides are mostly Syrian, and they're absolutely bonkers, insane. You guys are cray. They're funny, they're lighthearted, and they make me drop stuff in the kitchen. They make me just do silly, foolish things, and without them, I don't think I would still be on this planet. So, point being, I got totally sidetracked. Point being, oh look, there was a squirrel. No, I don't have ADHD. Nope, nope, not me. So we have a starfish here. We have the fish in the boat. Oh, I just noticed he's got a crown floating above his head. He's waiting to be crowned. So, okay, thank you. So Spirit says the masculines, they just showed me this beautiful picture. Not Spirit, my guides. My guide just showed me this beautiful picture of the masculines waiting in line for their crown. They're waiting in line to be crowned. So if they're quiet and contemplative, this guy has his eyes closed. If they're quiet and contemplative, they're doing some healing work. Okay, he's got a sound ball there, doing some meditation. The masculines are meditating. The masculines are into tarot. Yes, they are. I know that my masculine has watched my channel. I don't know how he found it, but I know he has. He's smart. He's technologically savvy. And I know he's watched my videos. I don't know. Maybe he watches all of them. He's totally freaked out at my powers, and I don't know. Probably, but it doesn't matter, because this channel is for the collective, and this channel is for others to help others. And this channel is to invoke not only inspiration, but hope and faith. At times when you feel like you've lost it and you can't continue, I'm here to tell you that you can, and that we'll do this together. So yeah, the masculines are feeling themselves, okay? And they are waiting in line for their crown. They're waiting in line for their ship to come in to take them towards the feminine. I feel like the starfish is really significant. If you guys, sorry about that arm. If you give me a second, I'm just going to pull up. What does starfish mean? They're seen as celestial symbols. Oh, guys, they represent infinite divine love. In addition to love, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh. They also represent guidance, vigilance, inspiration, brilliance, and intuition. I knew it. Oh, this is beautiful, guys. I am so glad that I was guided to look at the starfish with my ADD. Wow, they represent renewal and regeneration. Did you know that they can grow back limbs? I remember learning this in like 6th grade science. When they're attacked by a predator, they will detach their own arm to free themselves from the attacker. They will also sometimes just drop one of their arms to distract the predator. This gives them the chance to escape. Isn't that amazing? And if the lost arm has a piece of the starfish's central region, that one arm can grow and become a new starfish altogether. Wow. Oh, now I see. This is more significant. She doesn't even talk about this in the book, at least that I can remember. But that is so significant. So the masculines are regenerating themselves. The masculines are learning how to reinvent themselves, renewing themselves. I mean, the element of water here, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is so fascinating. And I don't know what kind of fish that is, but I'm sure it's significant as well. He's in shallow waters too, if you notice. So he's not in the deep waters. This is not a storm at sea. He's in the shallow waters, but he's in deep in the shallow waters, if that makes sense. And I know it will make sense to you. So the starfish represents this infinite divine love. So the masculine is tuning into the divine love. It's so funny because I typed out a message to my masculine that I may send in response to his thank you. And I know it really wasn't an open door. So I'm careful with how I respond and communicate with him right now, because I don't want to add any additional pressure. But what I thought, what I actually typed out this morning, it was saying, everything is love. Separation is an illusion, that you are loved, God loves you, and, the universe adores you. And here we are with this sign that, of unconditional love. So the masculines are learning to unconditionally love themselves. My masculine said many times, I need to learn to love myself. And it's true, because until you learn to love yourself, and it's so cliche, and I used to get so frustrated and pissed off when people would tell me this in my 20s and my 30s, but it's true. If you don't love yourself, it's nearly impossible to go out and love someone else. You think you're loving them, but you're really just, it's another form of self-betrayal, because you're trying to love that person at the expense of your own love. You know, if you're not giving to yourself and you're trying to fill their cup, it doesn't work. So the masculines are filling their own cups. This is really beautiful, much more profound than I've ever given that card credit for. It's my fault, because I've sort of been brushing off the cups cards lately. I used to love them, but I've been really digging the pentacles. So when the cups cards come up, I'm like, yeah, emotions. Tears, emotions. But the truth is that there's a lot of depth to the cups cards. And this really proves the point that the masculine's deep in his spiritual process and spiritual growth and learning. Okay, he's deep in that element and a part of education of his life. And also B, that the masculines are learning how to love themselves. They're learning how to renew themselves. They're learning that life doesn't have to be hard. That's a big lesson for the masculines. You don't have to work hard. You don't have to jump all around. You don't have to do a million things. Yes, masculines are healing addictions. Thank you. Masculines are healing addictions and distractions. Okay, so we talk about this, and I don't want to harp on the masculines, because God knows the feminines aren't perfect. Okay, we've gone through everything the masculines have gone through. We've already gone through it. Okay, so I see this as, you see this person who looks like they're in despair, and this sort of devil who's actually really hot. They picked a really hot devil. But he's saying, do you want to take my hand? Do you want to come with me? And the masculines are actually, look at them. I mean, the answer is no. The answer is I'm going within. And then the answer is I'm focused on my growth. I don't have the energy or the time for that anymore. The masculines are taking this journey very seriously. They're taking this pause. They're taking this separation, if you're separated in any way, very seriously. They're really wanting to know themselves. They don't know what self-love is. They don't know who they are. Okay, they don't know what they want. And you don't want them coming forward in that energy, because they're going to project that onto you, and you're going to feel rejected and abandoned. You want them to come forward when they know who they are and what they want. Okay, so if it's taking time, understand that this has been an obstacle and hindrance in the past. Notice how I'm using past tense. Addictions, right? Workaholism, addictions. Some of them were players. I mean, I don't like to talk about that a lot and bring that energy in, so we'll just say it briefly. Some of them were players. Some of them needed to get their, rocks off through, flirting and different, different women or different men, whatever the case is for your masculine. And then still others, were just addicted to distractions, addicted to drugs, alcohol, gambling, just distracting themselves from themselves. My masculine worked like 6 or 7 days a week, traveled all the time in the past, and drank, I think, every single one of those nights. And the feminine's energy, what's happening here, the reason the masculines are having to ascend in this way is because the feminine's energy she's ascended so much, especially through 2020 and through 2019. And not saying the years before that don't matter, but we were ramping up in 2019 to prepare for 2020, and now in 2020 we're preparing for 2021. And these are the years. I mean, this is what we've worked for. This is what we came here for, right? We came here like, I'm here for it. I'm here for this. This is what we came here for. This is why we incarnated at this time. So the masculines are having to soften to this love. They're having to accept this divinity within themselves, and they're having to grow, because they have to catch up to the feminines, because the feminine has worked on her distractions and self-betrayal so much. And the feminine's vibrating at a higher level right now. Many feminines, like myself, have given up alcohol. It's so ironic, because I didn't do it on purpose. I just sort of like a subconscious choice. And I'm very, very glad. And there was a part of me that wanted to celebrate with champagne for my birthday later this month. And I said, no, I don't need that. So we're going to do kombucha instead. Why break that cycle? And it's not like I didn't have a problem with alcohol. It's not like I needed to. I wasn't an alcoholic. I wasn't even drinking that much. But it just doesn't make me feel good. And ironically, the last time I had a glass of wine was with my masculine, November of last year. So I find that so interesting that I didn't do it consciously, but it feels so much better. And I'm doing some healing with my liver. So some of you know I'm healing from eczema. And so, yeah, I wanted my liver to heal. And I know a lot of feminines have given up addictions, and I commend you. And some of you have emailed me saying, you've recovered from addictions. I commend you for doing that work. It's not the easy path, but it is the path of the greatest fulfillment. It's choosing yourself. It's choosing to stay present, which can be so painful and so poignant and so, oh gosh, it's like sharp, can feel so sharp, to do so. But it's absolutely the path of the warrior. And I see you all. Yeah, I read all your emails, even if I can't respond. I get a lot of emails, so please never take it personally. I read them. I take them to heart. I send you so much love. And if I can't respond, I apologize. I do my best. I'm one person. I'm a one-woman show right now at this time. But know that I love you so much, and I see you, and I'm so proud of you. And, I have a Cancer rising, and so I'm very much like the mother hen. I was always that of my friends. I was always the one saying, I don't think we should be doing this, guys. Let's make a better choice, So I watch over all of you, and I just I send you just so much love. And so understand that the masculines are catching up to the feminines, and the masculines are realizing that they need to overcome these things. They need to find out who they are. They need to go on this journey, which they've been doing this year. They've sort of been forced to do it by the universe. They could have chosen to do it, but many of them didn't. So the universe had to come in and deliver blows to their self-esteem, blows to their 3D world, blows to their everything they thought they knew, blows to their relationships, blows to their marriages, blows to their income, jobs. I mean, a lot of things have been sort of like blown up in the masculine's face. So like bombs going off in the masculine's world because they weren't moving. They weren't doing it on their own. So the universe came in and said, okay, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to take care of business. And we have the Page of Cups, so more Cups energy coming in. So the Page of Cups to me this is a very, very loving young man. This is the when pigs fly energy, but the masculines are going, wait a minute. In this contemplative mode, the masculines are saying, wait a minute, this could actually happen, because they've done away with this devil energy. The devil energy is it's coming up to let us know that it's gone, it's dissipated. And if it's, I'm not even going to say it. It's dissipated, it's gone. Just see it as done. See your divine masculine in his divine light, because that's how he wants to be seen. That's how he deserves, or she deserves, to be seen at this time. So he or she is actually going, the masculine's going, wait a minute, this could actually happen. Like before they were thinking, oh, when pigs fly, this could never actually happen. This could never materialize. They couldn't believe that they deserved something so good. So they pushed it away. So they made it. So, my masculine has tried really hard to push me away. I've pushed him away, but wow. He takes the cake at pushing me away. And I think a lot of you feel that way, because they didn't feel worthy, they didn't feel good enough, and they couldn't see how it could work in the physical material world. They just couldn't see. There's too many obstacles, so they gave up. But the feminine didn't give up. And so with the feminine not giving up, right? The feminine saying, you have what it takes, masculine, and saying you get to do more than just survive. You get to do more than that. You're here for more than that. You're here for the show. You're not here for just survival, masculine. And he's starting to realize that and understand that on a very deep, profound level. Emotionally, spiritually. So he's sitting here thinking about the feminine, thinking about ways to approach her, thinking about, wow, this could actually work. So I'm going to put this energy over that devil energy, because bye-bye, devil. Bye-bye. Thank you for serving your purpose. Bye. And so very much for the masculines in this, again, contemplative mode, and realizing, wow, I have all this love inside of me still for this person. And I think they thought they could turn it off. I think they thought that they could just move on, turn it off. Life could go back as it was, but it'll never be the same. Just like we move on from this, it's never going to be the same. So in the feminine space, again, we have the Tower. This came up yesterday, I believe, or the day before for the feminines. More towers, feminines, more towers. So, don't say I didn't warn you. Be prepared and understand. I do feel like these are not major towers. These are mini towers. But these are coming into sort of, how windshield wipers wipe the residue or bugs or obviously rain or snow or sleet off of your car's windshield. So that's sort of what's happening with these tower moments, so that you can see clearly. The feminines haven't seen the masculines clearly. A lot of the feminines have put a lot of blame on their masculines, or simply just have been really frustrated. So I do think that part of the reason the towers are coming in is, yeah, okay, I get it. To release fear. To release fear. I mean, listen to this. To release fear from the feminine collective. Thank you, Spirit. And also to let the feminine know that there's no reason to hide. Okay, these towers are going to strike and everything's going to be okay. It's just clearing away the debris from the feminine's mindset that said, oh, this can never happen. It's like you guys are matching each other in the sense of when pigs fly, and that's what's being cleared away with these tower moments for the feminine, is not believing that this could happen, and like buying into the 3D, buying into the matrix, buying into the obstacles, buying into separation, and buying into the fact that, oh, it can never overcome these obstacles. It's fruitless. I mean, forget it. I give up. So that's what's being cleared away for the feminine. What else wants to come up for the feminine, please? What else wants to come up for the feminine, please? That's interesting. The Eight of Pentacles. This is my Burning the Midnight Oil card. Hard work. Okay. The feminine is definitely focused still on career, moving forwards, creating for herself. And she's really, she's really attuned to the moon cycles. So these full moons, in the month of October, and then that new moon I've been talking about, November 15th in Scorpio, these are significant, okay, for the feminine. So there might be tower moments around these new moons, but you're working through them, is what I'm being told. You're working past these tower moments, so they're not going to be devastating, okay? You've already had those devastating tower moments. You've already had those crying in the bathroom moments. You've had those moments where you thought, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to leave this world. I want to go back home. You've been through that, and now you're coming out on the other side of that, and you're just really focused. I see this as my very focused, intent energy for the feminines, and I really love it because she's not allowing herself to be distracted by anything outside of herself, including whatever the masculine's doing over here. Okay, so we have the King of Swords and the Fool for the union energy. So we have this Fool energy, which again, very much, let's put this over here because, yeah, the masculines they're preparing themselves. They're in preparation mode, right? I've said it before, separation is preparation. Separation of any kind. If you're not in full union, you're still in a form of separation. Even if you're living together, even if you're married, you could still be in a form of separation. Union is much deeper than just we're talking or, it gets thrown around rather carelessly. Oh, we're in union again. But no, union is not we started talking again. Union is not, oh, we went on a couple dates, or, oh, we're back in a relationship or quasi-relationship. Union is when you are bonded together, and when you have both decided to release any distractions that are in the way of this connection, to break through any obstacles, to remove any obstacles, including karmic partners, when you have decided to fully commit to one another, commit to your mission, commit to this journey in a wholeheartedly way, when you can be honest, 100% honest with your partner, when you know your twin flames, when you're talking about this openly. So it's so much more, and it goes even deeper than that. It's so much more than just we're talking again. So let's not use that loosely, because it takes away some of the power. It takes away some of the just the sheer raw power that union really holds. So King of Swords energy for the union in combination with the Fool. To me, this is, contemplative again, more contemplative energy. Swords energy indicates the mind, right? It talks about the mind. And a lot of times it indicates conflict or chaos within the mind. There's some chaos you can see in this person's eyes, right? There's some contemplation there. There's some decisions to be made. And sort of like he's deciding where to go. Now he's got these feathers on his arm. He's got, I believe that's a bat. The bat is, you know, an animal that signifies mystery, right? To me, he's got the raven energy. It's just communication. He's got the dragonfly, which the dragonfly, you know, is a harbinger of secrets from the other realms. And he's got the owl, which indicates wisdom. Let me look up something here. Sorry about my very pale arm again. Has not seen the daylight in I don't know how long. Long time. Hold on, guys. Thank you for your patience. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. So that makes sense. Okay. So you see how we have the Fool here? Can you guys see that? You see how we have the Fool here, okay, with the King of Swords. What this indicates with the bat here, and I don't know if that's a bat, I'm going to call it a bat. It definitely looks like a winged bat to me, or flying squirrel, but we're going to call it a bat because why would there be a flying squirrel randomly? So it's death, right? Indicates death. So whenever we have death, we have rebirth. It's letting go of the old. And so letting go of the old, you have to let go of the old. The world card comes before the Fool, right? The end of the one cycle, the beginning of another. So you have to let go of the old to make room for the new. So interesting. So I'm really being called to look at the symbols in the cards today. So we're taking a little bit more time. And let's see. Dragonfly is transformation, adaptability. Yeah, the masculines are absolutely transforming. I mean, if you've got the symbol of transformation, you've got the symbol of death. And again, if we have death, in my opinion, we always have rebirth. Okay, so death, rebirth, transformation, intuition, right? So perception, you know, with the owl, perception. And then let's look at, I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything here. So raven. Wisdom, and healing. Okay, so we have transformation, we have regeneration, we have death and rebirth, we have wisdom, and we have intuition. So the masculine, really deep in creating this new beginning. He might be in the, he might be in the mental space of doing it. He might not be in the physical space of doing it yet, but don't worry about that, feminine. That's not for you to worry about. It's for you to accept. It's for you to accept that things are shifting, that things are moving, even if you can't see them. That's where true faith and, the test of your faith comes in, is when it's not when I used to think, oh, I have so much faith in this. And then we went into separation, like true separation, not a few weeks here and there, true separation. And I was like, oh shit. So that's when I realized I need to work on my faith, because you think you know, but you have no idea until you go into months and months of separation, having no idea what's going on in their world and their life, having no idea, do they love me still? Do they think of me? Am I crazy? And you go through all these emotions. That's the true test of faith. Separation. Because when you're together and when you're talking, you have the confirmation. You're getting it in the 3D. When you're not getting the 3D confirmation, that's when you really, really can ask yourself. That's when you really can go deep, and that's when a lot of really profound healing has occurred for me. Inward revolution. Wow. Yes, masculines. Inward revolution. The cards don't lie. The cards are all validating each other. Wow. So inward revolution, the way of the heart. Yeah, I mean, this is about the masculines, again, realizing they're worthy of love. This is so profound. This is about them realizing, I'm worthy of love, I'm worthy of my feminine, I'm worthy of happiness, I'm worthy of joy, I'm worthy of abundance. And they're realizing that the feminine is actually the ticket to their abundance. The feminine is the ticket to their heart. The feminine holds the key. And masculines are realizing that even though it looks like it's a pause, or it looks like they're not going anywhere, they're not moving forward, that they're actually moving, they're doing so much work within. And the feminines can relate to this as well. Because when you're going inward, it often feels like you're standing still, but you're empowering yourself. So masculines, congratulations on going within. Congratulations on standing still for a moment in time so you can allow yourself to do this. Because for a long time, the masculines weren't able to stand still. They were just moving, distracting. And literally the universe yanked them out of that and pulled them into this inward healing cycle, this inward revolution. So when I say that your masculine's not going to be the same person, I mean it. They're a changed man or woman. Soul family for the feminines. Yes, feminines at this time is the masculine. Feminines, you've got your little tower moments going on. You've got your self-employment, okay? You are being asked to focus on you. Can't see that, there's a glare. You're being asked to focus on you and other divine feminines or masculines that you're connecting with. You're being asked to go ahead, do your thing. Okay, focus on you and focus on connecting with others. You're asked to turn away from your masculine at this time. So let's get one more card to wrap up this reading, my loves. And I'll wish you a beautiful, beautiful start to your week. Can't make this up. Insight for the union energy, right? Both of you are asked, this is a meditator, both of you are asked to sit still, go within, talk to your guides, talk to God, talk to the universe, talk to your higher selves. You can talk to your masculine or feminine in the 5D and understand that you're receiving downloads and insight. Your intuition doesn't lie, okay? The heart doesn't lie. And you're both going inward at this time. Although the feminine is definitely doing a lot more in the physical world right now than the masculine, at least in this energy for today. So the feminine, but you're asked to, if you want to connect right to that union energy, you can find it within. So that has been your reading, my loves, for this Monday morning. Have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you so soon. Take great care.